reasonable. All right. Jace going heavy on the nairs, walling out. And it comes down to who can throw out the hitbox in the contested area first. So if the back air comes out, it will most likely beat the nair. You have to be a little bit preemptive in throwing out the nair in that spot first. And when I say nair, I say Falcon's nair. All right. So Falcon has a really hard time in certain aspects of the matchup. I wouldn't say that, you know, Falcon's an underdog, but Jigglypuff's crouch is really difficult to deal with because it goes through a grab. A lot of hitboxes can't hit it, and you have to be a little bit preemptive in hitting a shield, and if they can react, they can interfere. So it's really hard. You have to play in the mindset of you're going to throw out good hitboxes, but you're not really looking to get hit. And that's what happens when you try to grab. This matchup is reset. 0-0. 3 stocks each. And that's like kind of the jail out of free cards. So if you're up in stocks as Puff, you can always go for the rest. Or if you're slightly behind and you guys are roughly at the same amount of stocks, then you can go for the rest and reset the stock count. Of course, if you're behind and you guys are going to trade stocks with the rest, it's not the best tactical play to go for. Jace needed a little bit more momentum to follow up with one more hit there. Oh. So we have a missed rest and, you know, an SD that stock. In competitive melee, you need to make all 4 of your stocks count because, you know, if you lose, you go like, oh, like if I didn't SD, if I didn't miss this rest, it all comes down to the little things. So Jace is doing a really good job holding on to center stage for the most part and not getting hit when he's cornered and then regain. Okay. I held my breath there. Dendy did not capitalize at all. But Jace is playing this really well, playing it really safe. Now has a really big lead. It's going to be really hard, and as long as Jace confronts Dendy at center stage, those back airs aren't as bad. So you see there that Jace was still able to get the ledge there because he got hit from center stage, as opposed to the side. Whereas, you know, if Dendy threw out a back air and Jace was closer to, you know, the side, he would have died there. So that's the importance of center stage, or one of many reasons. So at this point, because Jace has racked up so much damage, rest is off the table. And we got a co-commentator here with Oats.
What's up?
So right now, Jace is playing this really well. I think Dendy needs to get center and corner Jace and then get a good hitbox out there to get him off stage, but we haven't really seen that at all.
Do you know what the history is between the two, like who normally has the up in sets?
I don't know. I think they go roughly even. Yeah, those are pretty solid 2-stock. Jace was always attacking from center stage, and that's one of the golden rules of playing against Puff.
Yeah, because once you're on the ledge, you're normally afraid of what could happen, right?
Yeah, and she can only pull back, and it just gets her more cornered, and it kind of snowballs from there. Whereas, you know, if she has all the stage, she can like move around many different options, so it's like not as scripted. So usually what you want to read off the Jigglypuff's like aerial is like how they drift afterwards. Okay. And when they're in the corner, it's pretty much they only can like kind of pull back.
So is that kind of like a tendency or a habit that Dendy has? Because I know he's more of a defensive player than the average Puff.
When he back airs especially, he's going to pull back.
Nice. Okay,
no, this is Dreamland. But they're both going to live. Dendy just got some damage, and plus he got stage, which he just kind of gave up there. But look at how like disciplined Jace is on attacking from roughly where the center of it is, where the center stage is.
Dendy getting a little flustered.
Yeah. Ooh, tomahawk. I usually don't mess with Jigglypuff there. Whenever they land without an aerial, I just instinctively buffer roll because like they're gonna have to really YOLO hard read like with like a forward smash to like to cover that. Because a lot of Jigglypuffs they like mix in like the aerials and then you force the shield and then you go for the tomahawk. But I'd rather not compete in that situation at all.
And I think just because of how flustered Dendy was a little bit earlier, he might have gone for the hard read. It's usually something you do when you're like just that desperate.
And overall, this is actually, you know, quite a big lead. You know, if this was a Harmony Box, you know, I could say that the rest or like some big punish will, you know, bring him back in the game.
Yeah.
But Dendy doesn't quite have the punish game of, you know, a hungry box. And so he's going to need a lot of hits to get him off. And this is Dreamland, so, you know, the Falcon kicks in play, and as long as Jace, you know, decides to hold up and in on, like, every hit, he's going to be living to, like, 160.
So I know that in smaller stages, you don't, ooh, nice. You don't normally want to hold up and in on a rest, right? Yeah. And that's because you're more likely going to...
because you'll get Star KO'd and the Puff will, you know, wake up.
Yeah. Oh.
I like to say, like, after a certain percent, you're in gravy percent, and the reason why is because nothing combos for your opponent, and so they have to win, like, 5 more neutral games. So it kind of resets, like, where, like, you're in combo percent, you know.
Let's see how he punishes this. I like it.
I like that because he pushes him closer to the edge, giving him that little, like, boost.
And it's a slight boost, but I guess because he just DI'd straight up, he probably wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. And every knee that he hits...
Okay, good stuff. But it's still, you still are down a stock, and that's going to need more
about 2 more hits, and the rest is no longer in play. I would, or he is no longer in play in general.
And they dealt out DendyPretendy.
Poor Dendy.
How early in bracket is that, actually?
Given that we're only running 4 pools and top 8 gets out, I would imagine that's probably like winner's semis or winner's
fallback
quarters.
option. Another little rogue hitbox that might pick off. What is this? What? What an incredible string from MacD.
Yeah, he got the weak hitbox of the dash attack to end it. I thought he was going to grab for sure.